Hello and welcome to today's session. I can't believe we're already in December. I mean, where has 2023 gone? This weekend, when I was sitting and looking back, kind of doing a little audit of all the successes I've had in this year and also the challenges that I faced and the learnings from them. And when I was just looking back through my lists, I was just mind blown by all the amazing things that have happened in this year. Yes, there have been challenges. Yes, there have been learnings, but above all, I mean, the success I see within in my business with my fellow wellness and hospitality colleagues, it's just mind blowing. What we have managed to do as an industry is amazing. We've come out of a very hard couple of years, and to see the exponential growth we have been living in these last couple of years is truly just impressive and also mind blowing. And 2023 closes on an incredibly strong note. And we're looking at 2024, despite the entertaining times we're living in the world, we're looking for a very solid 2024. And what makes me incredibly proud is that we're all innovating. We have embraced innovation. We're trying to do our best on all fronts to better the way things have been done. And it's amazing to see what we're doing. And though the pandemic and the last couple of years was incredibly hard on us as an industry, I continue to say that we're living truly unique times. We're so incredibly lucky to be in both industries right now, the wellness and the hospitality industries, because we are rewriting to a certain extent the rules of the game. And that is that exciting part. And sometimes if you see what I've in my previous videos, I call, we're at the top of man stupid, or I wouldn't say we're exactly at the top, but we're definitely in a very high place right now. And we've learned so much. We've become far more resilient and far more innovative. And we're living truly exciting times. And on that positive note, I know many of you have been asking me what big project I've been working on, whether there is a book in the pipeline. So I thought I would start unveiling some of the things I've been working on. To start off with, no, there's no book project just yet, not in 2023 at least. And in 2024, maybe, yes, I might be working or thinking of one. There definitely will be more books coming, definitely. But in these last couple of years since I published the book, The Wellness Asset, that was on 16th April 2021, 2 days after my birthday. I tried incredibly hard to make it 14th April, but for reasons that were beyond my control, it couldn't be the 14th of April. And it was on the 16th of April. And the success that book has had has been truly mind-blowing. I wouldn't, when I was writing that book during the pandemic, sitting in my car and in all these places, I would have never, ever thought that the book would be received so well. And that book was literally the fruit of collective intelligence. Many, many people contributed, and I'm eternally grateful to all these hospitality and wellness leaders who contributed their valuable insights and made the wellness asset possible. And I thought before jumping into a new book, I think it's important to take these collective insights and take them a step further and make them more available for all our hospitality and wellness professionals in the industry who want to learn more about the wellness business and who want to tap into its full potential. So, a little drum roll. I will be launching the Wellness Asset Academy, how to master the business of wellness and hospitality, because wellness is a business. Yes, we transform lives. There is incredible intangible value in what we deliver. That said, we are a business and we are a very lucrative business. It's just learning that secret sauce to make it incredibly lucrative. So Launching early next year is the Wellness Asset Academy, my online program designed to help wellness leaders and other hospitality leaders to tap into the wellness business's full potential and to create profitable wellness assets in whichever property they'll work at. So on 5th of January, 5th of February 2024, I will be kicking off with the Wellness Asset Academy, the first online program. And on January 24th, 2024, I will start the launch. But prior to that, like I did with my book, I had some founding beta readers who helped me really shape the book to make it the book it is today that everyone is reading. With the Wellness Asset Academy, I want to do the same thing. I want to have a group of founding members who will help shape and truly make this one of the best online programs our hospitality and wellness professionals have when it comes to mastering the business of wellness. And today, what I'd like to do is, as usual, I have a presentation available for you. I've prepared a presentation. This weekend, while I was preparing for today's session and taking the notes and working on the presentation, I came across a quote in a book that I found was just so true. It is what you learn after you know it all that counts. And that is so true. It is what you learn after you know it all that counts. Now, many of us wellness leaders in the hospitality industry know that wellness is an incredibly lucrative business. But the problem we face as wellness leaders, and I have talked about it in my free mini course, From Neglected to Respected, what I call the leadership mindset pyramid. At the base of the pyramid, we have the traditionalists. Then a step further, level up, we have the followers, then the innovators at the top. And then right at the top, we have the visionaries. And what separates the innovators, so innovators are wellness leaders who are managing wellness offerings that are very, very successful. They're making the millions of dollars. They're having very healthy GOPs. However, when you actually scratch the surface, although these wellness offerings are performing incredibly solidly, if you look at them in the whole big picture of the hotel, they still only make 1 to 3% of total hotel revenue. And this kind of light green zone where the innovators are is actually quite good. I mean, you have a GM who adores you, your wellness offering is doing incredibly well, your owners are happy, you're reporting healthy profits. But at the end of the day, you're still only 1 to 3% of hotel revenue. But being in this area where everything just seems to be working well, you're still only at that good enough level. And what separates the innovators from the visionaries is that the visionaries know that wellness can do so much more. It can do more than the 1 to 3% of total hotel revenue. And they don't stay at that good enough line. They don't stay at knowing that their wellness business is a profitable and lucrative business. They go that step further and make wellness part of their legacy. Now, while I was working, researching for today's subject, I wanted to talk about the knowing and doing gap. What separates people who are more successful than people who are less successful, instead of saying successful and not successful? There's always this knowing and doing gap. And the bigger the gap, the bigger the the bridge towards success. And the people who have and enjoy tremendous success tend to have a lower, well, rather a much shorter gap between the knowing and doing. And in the wellness, in hospitality industry, we wellness leaders know that wellness is a significant value and revenue contributor to the hotel's top and bottom line. We wellness leaders know deep down in our hearts, in our bones, in our guts, that wellness is incredibly important. But there is a huge difference between knowing something and actually doing something. Knowing that wellness is an incredible value and revenue contributor to a hotel's overall asset ecosystem is very, very different to actually making wellness a significant value and revenue contributor to the hotel's asset ecosystem. And as wellness leaders, we do very well at knowing, but the part we fail at is the doing, to actually make our wellness offerings assets, these linchpins, these significant value and revenue contributors. So what ends up happening is that we know that wellness is important, but what we do is we delegate the doing part to our hospitality colleagues. It's our hospitality peers who need to make wellness successful. It's up to our hospitality colleagues to recognize the value of wellness and make it successful. Of course, it is our director of sales and marketing who needs to sell our wellness offering that in some cases only makes 1 to 3% of total hotel revenue. It is our director of finance's responsibility to see how much value wellness can give and to actually give us all the budget we need. And the problem is that when we think that it's the hospitality's peers' job to actually see and give wellness the credit it deserves, what we end up doing is we disempower ourselves. We lose control over our own wellness business because at the end of the day, our hospitality colleagues have hired us, the wellness specialists, to help them navigate through the wellness business. They're not hiring us to show them how to do hospitality. No one teaches the director of food and beverage how to do food and beverage. No one teaches the rooms division director how to do rooms. And in the same way, we cannot expect our hospitality colleagues to not demand from us the same as they demand from other hospitality leaders. And with my course, launching the Wellness Asset Academy, the idea behind it is to close this knowing and doing gap, to empower wellness leaders and also those hospitality leaders who truly believe in wellness and want to tap into wellness's full potential. I want to equip them with the toolbox they need to make wellness that asset and that linchpin. And why does this matter? This matters because wellness is here and wellness is here to stay. This new well-being era we're making has made this whole wellness toolbox that our consumers have incredibly sophisticated. And not only in our industry, we're seeing this across industries across the globe. And the more sophisticated this wellness toolbox becomes for our consumer, the higher their expectations they're going to have when they come to our hotel's wellness offerings. And if we as wellness leaders don't upskill ourselves, or if we don't take advantage to really take our wellness offerings to the next level, we run the risk of having other people from other industries who truly want to embrace wellness come in and take wellness off our hands and probably do a far better job than we are doing currently. So it's one thing knowing wellness is an incredibly lucrative asset, but it's quite another thing making it. And now is the time we actually have to change how we have always been doing wellness. And to finish off, I always like talking about, you know, um, the Choluteca Bridge. This is a bridge, and I was watching this in, I don't know, several kind of coaching sessions I've had, and I read this article and I found it fascinating. The concept of build to last versus build to adapt. So over here, we have the image of the Choluteca Bridge, nearly half a kilometer long, a bridge in Honduras, and it's a region notorious for storms and hurricanes. And in the 1990s, the government of Honduras commissioned a prestigious Japanese firm to build a world-class bridge, a much-needed point of access for many people of Honduras. And the bridge was finally completed nearly 10 years later in 1998. And it was this modern marvel of engineering designed to withstand the most powerful forces of nature. And of course, as it turns out, in the same year that that bridge was commissioned for use, Honduras was hit by Hurricane Mitch, a Category 5 storm that caused considerable damage to the nation and its infrastructure. So the vast majority of the bridges, railways, roads were completely damaged. The Choluteca Bridge, however, survived in near perfect condition, except for one thing. The roads on either side of the bridge completely vanished, leaving no visible trace of the prior existence. And more impressively, the Choluteca River, which is several hundred feet wide, had carved itself a new channel during the massive flooding caused by the hurricane. So now it no longer flowed beneath the bridge, which now spanned dry ground, but it flowed alongside it, rendering this modern marvel of engineering useless. And this bridge quickly became known as the Bridge to Nowhere. And the lesson for us all, I think, is that often we focus on creating the best solution for a given problem. However, we forget that the problem itself might change. We focus on building the most sophisticated product, service, facilities without thinking that requirements could evolve or the market could vanish. And this lesson could not be more relevant in current times. We know wellness is an incredibly important or has the potential to be a substantial value and revenue contributor to any hotel. But it's one thing knowing it, and it's quite another thing demonstrating it. And now is the time for us wellness leaders to actually make wellness the assets in all these hotels. And the only way we can do that is by upskilling ourselves, by actually making wellness assets, by actually creating that linchpin. So until tomorrow, Friday, 8th of December, I will be offering the Wellness Asset Academy, the online program, at a discounted price for the first 10 founding members. Whatever comes sooner, tomorrow or by the end of today, I close the 10 slots that I've opened for the founding members who will we'll be working together in creating and really honing what the Wellness Academy will look like. So I'm really excited about that. You'll see more details in the comment section below. And on that lovely note, I wish you all a fantastic day ahead. Take care now.